Alright, welcome back to another video, everyone. This is going to be the last video you have a chance to enter for the Huck 3-piece 7-pin tubular lock giveaway and the Sparrows Mantis tubular tension wrench if you want to go ahead and attempt this single pin pick some tubular locks. Still going to do a video on the tubular tension wrench because there are some pros and some cons to this, but for $4 it definitely gives you an advantage. We'll get into that more, more on that video. So last video, the next video I make I'll announce the giveaway winners. So it'll probably be, I want to say this video is going to go up today, Sunday, probably Tuesday, but there's a chance it could go up Monday. We'll see. But yeah, last video, if you want a chance, if you have not already entered, all you have to do is be subscribed and comment below Huck giveaway, and if your name is drawn, then you will win both. Everything's already in this box. And this is the order version with the tension rods, so just to give you that opportunity to use that if you would like. So what I got for us today is an American 5300 series. Definitely one of my favorite American locks. I have not actually picked this at all, ever. I don't even recall if I have ever even tried to. With this lock, I bought it from one of my locksmiths down in Richmond when I was still down there. It was about $27, $28, something like that. I remember the only thing I ever did check on it was to see if it had the anti-bypass plate, which it does. And a tip, I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, especially when I did the bypass tool video, which is this tool right here. I showed you how if there's an American lock without a bypass plate, like this American does not have one in it, which you won't know until you go to try. You can open an American that quick. Now, if it does have the bypass plate, it will not allow you this tool to bypass and go straight to the actuator. But they have a tool that is called the bypass breaker. Peterson sells it. I haven't ordered it yet, and I'm going to probably when I get my first paycheck from this job. And what the breaker does is, I don't know if I have the bypass. All right, here's the bypass plate right here. Let's go ahead and show you this. So just in case you don't know, this is what your little bypass plate looks like. Now it will fit on to the back of your core, and this part blocks your bypass tool from going in and going up to the actuator, therefore being able to turn it. So with this plate, obviously I can't push my tool through. Obviously this open part goes onto the back of your core. But with the breaker tool, what it does is it pierces through that, and I'm not quite sure what it does from there. I guess it just allows you to pierce through and creates a hole or something like that. But like I said, we'll review that. I'm gonna order it this Friday, and hopefully we'll have it early the following week. So we'll definitely do a video on that. I don't mind breaking some of these plates to do a video. I have plenty of American locks that have these plates, so most of them are never going to be used. But there's a way to prevent that tool from being used, and I didn't know this until I read about it somewhere, but you can actually install 2 of these, so you can get another bypass plate. You can order them on eBay. You can find them other places, or take them out of another American and put them on an American that you want to use. So this one has it installed. Let's go ahead and put this one on top of that other one, and that is supposed to be enough to stop the puncture tool from working. Didn't know if anybody knew that, so I figured I'd share that. That's all. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into today's lock. It's a 5300 series. Definitely got some interesting bitting. It's 75477. It's not the greatest for an American, but it's also kind of interesting. I don't know why. I just find it very interesting. Just the 2 smooth cuts in the back, the 7.7 bitting. So we'll see if it's going to be any trouble. It is still an American. I'm going to kind of walk you guys through on how I pick my Americans, because people wanted more descriptive details, so I've been trying to do that. It is not probably, it is going to be an APTC 12 cylinder, which means that it's only pinned up with 5 pins and comes with a 5-pin key, but it is drilled for that 6 pin if you have the pins to pin it up yourself. The APTC14 is a 6-pin cylinder pinned up with 6 pins. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can't get this thing picked and gutted. Have no idea what's in here, if it's serrated spools or, you know, whatever the case is. So go ahead and get you guys settled in. I don't know if I showed, but the lock works great. Definitely one of my favorite locks from Americans. I love the shoulder shrouded in general. And so we got this lock, this camera, I mean. Alright, let's see if that's good. So I am going to use my 50 thousandths top of the keyway Peterson pry bar, and light tension on Americans, not heavy. You're gonna bind the security pins up, and they will not be able to be picked if there's too much heavy tension. I like to start in the back, feel for that first binding pin, and here we go. Just keep coming down the line. Okay, not sure if you saw that. If you have to go back and rewind for a second, go ahead, but I entered a slight false set. Wow. Okay, that was too easy. Sometimes Americans will pick like that, other times they're not going to. Wow, I wasn't expecting that, but there it is, the American 5300 series picked. The bitting, like I said, it's unique. For some reason it's just appealing to me. It's nothing hard, but it is still an American. So all I did, I know I probably didn't explain real good, but when I was in there, I just started in the back, and because of Americans like to use those serrations, I just like to click. You know, if the first pin in the back I touch, you know, clicks, then I like to go to the next one and see if I can find a binding. If not, then that means I have to go back to the American, or not the American, go back to that first pin, because that most likely is a serrated American pin, and, you know, until I put it in its place. If you use light enough tension, sometimes you don't even have to click it multiple times. You will get it set the first time, and I'm very curious to see what's inside of here, because I know there has to be a spool, because I got that false set. So I just wasn't expecting it to pick that quick. But alright, let's go ahead and zoom out and see what we got. And our lock is unlocked. We should have serrated key pins too. Not all Americans have them for some reason. But let's go ahead and see what we got. Got some shit on this mount. Get rid of that. Alright, so we're going to need a screwdriver. Yeah, I love these Americans, that's for sure. I don't know why I never picked this. I mean, I've had this for months, and I know I always wanted to, but so many locks were coming in when I was living down in Richmond, and whatnot. So, all right, it is still in the unlocked position. So we're gonna go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see. Excuse the phone ringing in the background, it's just gonna have to wait. Alright, now where's that tool that Fred Flintstoner gave me? That should work perfectly for this American. Man, I'm gonna break that fucking phone. Oh, see, now I can squeeze. Alright, the lock may get locked back up. Yeah, we picked it, you know. I'm not gonna fret about it. Oh, if only I could close this just a little more. Oh, nope, look at that. It even works great for Americans. You did a hell of a job, buddy. Great tool. Boom, perfect. Alright, we're still in unlocked position. I am going to take a shim in here because for some reason I always have troubles with these stupid Americans. Alright, our shim is in. Now I need my American size plug follower. Go ahead and push that out. Alright, take my shim out. So, like I said, we have an APTC 12 cylinder, meaning it is pinned up with 5 pins, but there is that 6 hole back here by this finger that I'm wiggling that is drilled in case we want to add a 6 pin to it. Let's show this camera view so you can see the empty hole back there and you can see our 5 pins. Let's go ahead and see what our key pins contain, see if any of them have serrations on them, which they better. Yep. Okay. Let me go ahead and show you what this is just in case you don't know. That way when I say whatever, because some of the lower cut sizes, they don't have serrations on them. So there is a serrated key pin. And show the high def camera, and that is serrations on our key pin. That is key pin number 1. You can see the 2 serrations up at the top. Alright, key pin number 2. I'm not going to show you for every single. Damn, those are in there. So let's take our key and try and push it. It's still in there. Jeez. Alright. Key pin 2 also has serrations on it. Like I said, some of the littler cuts do not. I think it's American cut number 1 and 2 that do not contain serrations. American and Master pins use the same pins, they just have different coding. Master starts at 0, that would be an American number 1. They're the same size, but Master calls it 0, American calls it 1. So the American pins 1 and 2, which would be Master pins 0 and 1, don't have serrations on them. I think the rest of them do, if I'm not mistaken. And key pin 4 is also serrated. That's kind of unique. Usually there's at least a smaller cut, but I guess this one didn't have that low of a cut. And key pin 5, they all have serrations. So that is it for our core. Kind of show this high def camera just so you can see all the serrations. Like I said, I'm sure there's going to be newer people, so you can see key pin 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you can see the serrations on top of all of them. Let's go ahead and see what our driver pins are. That's what I have been most curious about. Go ahead and zoom out here a little bit. Alright, so driver pin 1 is a serrated key pin. So like I said, at the end I started all the way in the back by pin 5 and I worked my way up to the front, and I didn't have to click any pin more than once. So just because there are serrations on them, what serrated pins do is they like to get caught up, so you'll have to click it again and again, and that's because it's getting caught on each individual serration. With the right tension, and when you go to pick it, you can pick it right into place, because none of those pins I had to pick more than once. And we definitely have a serrated pin, so you can see it from this view. Maybe not as good because it's not high def, but let's go ahead and show the high def camera if it will focus. So there is a serrated American driver pin. That was in spot 1. Let's go ahead and get the spring out. Just a wee little tiny spring. Driver pin 2 is a serrated spool pin, which, oh, I love these pins. One of my favorite commercial pins. It has serrations on the top and the bottom, which may be hard to see on the non-high def camera, but bring it to the high def camera, you should, if we can get this thing to focus. If you look at the top and the bottom, you will see some indentations. You can see it on the top and the bottom there. Hopefully that comes out good. Definitely one of my favorite pins. That True Value padlock that I used for the Sparrows pins, they had padlock pins are smaller than regular door lock pins, and I actually found 8 of these between that True Value and the Ace that not picked but look exactly like the True Value, and I actually took all 8 of them out and kept them because just one of my favorite pins. So that is a serrated spool. Sometimes in the older Americans you will see regular spools. Nowadays it's not as common. Let's see, driver pin 3 appears to be a serrated spool. Also, just show the high def camera, that way you can see it and maybe get a better idea. Maybe one of the images will come out better and you can see the serrations. Maybe we can zoom in real quick because I feel like it's hard to see. Can you see the serrations any better? Hopefully you can. That's what I was trying to show you. So that was driver pin 3. We got 2 more and this video will be done. There's another spring and another spring. 2 more pins. Driver pin 4. It's also a serrated spool. Alright, that's kind of unusual. Driver pin 5 has got to be a serrated pin then. Typically it's 3 of one and 2 of the other, and obviously they like to use serrated and then serrated spools. And whatever this pin is stuck. No, it's also a serrated spool. Oh, that sucks. I was wrong. Well, that's why that was so easier to pick. Usually when there's serrated spools in there, for me personally, they don't bother me. Some people hate them. But even their serrated that serrated driver pin that I'm playing with right now that I just moved, even that didn't trip me up. And usually those trip me up a lot more than the serrated spools. The serrated spools, the serrations on them never affect me. It actually helps it because it gives me an indication that I got all the serrated pins picked, because those will pick before the spools, just like in a regular lock. So yeah, that's it, guys. Wrap this video up. That was the American 5300 series. Still, I'm happy with it. Maybe yeah, it'd be kind of a waste of a video. Never mind. So there are all the pins. I don't know why I show that camera because I never use that angle, but try and straighten these up here for you guys. So all serrated key pins 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Serrated regular driver pin, serrated spool, serrated spool, serrated spool, and another serrated spool. Now I bought this on eBay from a guy who likes to sell a lot of these cores. So oh wait, no I didn't. This was a locksmith lock, wasn't it? I think yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I bought it at the locksmith. But if I didn't, then I bought it from the one guy who I bought most of my Americans from, and I know he sells cores, so I don't know if he pins cores up, because that I find peculiar, that it's going to be 4 spools and 1 serrated. Normally Americans come right out the box with 3 of one kind, so let's say there's 3 serrations and 2 serrated spools, or vice versa, 3 serrated spools and 2 serrations. So maybe I did buy this from the guy. I don't know. I honestly can't remember. I thought I bought this at the locksmith, but I could be wrong. It would make more sense if I bought it from somebody on eBay, but maybe he doesn't pin up his own cores. I just know he likes to sell cores. I don't know, guys. Guess it really doesn't matter. It's another American lock picked 5300 series. Definitely was a fun little challenge, even though it wasn't too much of a challenge. But I have other Americans that whoop my ass, so Thank you for watching. You still have an opportunity to enter in for the giveaway, and this is it. This is your last chance. And then if you don't win this giveaway, I got more planned. Probably gonna buy the next thing that I really want to give out when I get paid also, and then we'll do that giveaway in a week or so from this Friday, 2 weeks maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But alright, thank you for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video.